Do not attempt to adjust your podcast player. We are controlling the transmission. We are here to be your guide, helping you to explore local events, the art scene, music, theater, sports, and possibly a conspiracy or two. All here on the GCRX Radio and Podcast Network.
Good evening. Happy 2025, y'all. Welcome back. Welcome back. Oh my gosh, I've seen you a lot, Bill, because we see each other. We're actually friends off camera.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's great to be back in the studio. It's great to be here. It's great to be in front of all these wonderful people. I am Brian with a Y, your favorite guy, coming to you live and in stereo if you've got headphones on that do the stereo thing. Otherwise, like, it's not stereo. It's probably mono, but not the kind that gets
it's
you sent to the
100%
ER.
mono, no matter what.
No matter what?
Yeah.
Oh.
We don't have stereo microphones. Are you kidding me?
Oh, okay. Well, in that case.
If you'd like to donate to buy stereo microphones. Yeah.
In any case, welcome to 2025. It's been a year, right? Like, last year we had Aliens and there was a strike, right? With the Screen Actors Guild. And then like a whole bunch of stuff happened, but you're still here and so am I. And that's a wonderful thing, right? And I know today usually gets into the whole, like, it's January 1st, new year, new me. And I definitely want to talk about that. What I definitely want to, let's launch into introductions. You know me, Brian with a Y, your favorite guy. That's why you tune in. Although today you might want to tune in for our guest. She's fantastic. The lovely Ashley Buckles.
Yes, you got it right.
Okay, cool.
You should have told him no. You missed an
Everybody
opportunity.
tried to like fancy it up and like make it French. I'm like, no, it's very German.
Buckles.
It sounds
like
like
no,
buttholes.
it's Buckles.
fine.
Wow.
Like at work, there's a girl. She calls me Trashly Buttholes.
Wow.
Which I mean, it's an endearing thing. I like it. It's fine.
If they're not making fun of you, they
don't like me, right? So, and I just kind of go with the flow. So I'm like, you know what? What? You want what?
Okay, cool. And of course, as always, I got Engineer Bill here.
Yep.
How you feeling, buddy?
Fine.
I
mean, yeah.
I swear that was like the most Fifth Element. Come in, how you feeling? Excellent. Like
I'd like to state for the record, I did not say excellent.
You said fine.
I said fine. It's
fine.
acceptable.
In our gallery, we have Ashley's daughter. We can't see them right now. If you saw the live that I did just before, I showed Delilah, and Miss Dee Dee is in the house. What up, y'all, to the gallery?
D squared.
There you go. Cool. So, yeah, today is a really fun day because it is the first show of the year. And as I've been kind of pondering what to do in terms of like the last couple of weeks, it's been pretty exciting. So I kind of want to, is that our gallery?
Yeah, let's see if I can actually get it to work.
Can we get the gallery in?
Here we go.
There we go. There's our gallery.
Wave gallery, folks.
Say hi, wave.
Hi.
She's like,
not paying attention.
Like, absolutely not.
She's shy. She's shy.
Her eyes got real big. She was like, what is happening right now?
Why are they looking at me?
She looked at her mom. She's like, stranger danger? No strangers. It's all good.
Yeah.
In any case, I did want to talk real quick. Like, how was your weekend? Let's holidays and the weekend. And Ashley, you want to start us?
Well, my weekends are boring because I work weekend option, but family time during Christmas, and I don't know. I just like to chill. Just like to relax. I'm just a boring girl.
You say that, but I'm going to extract something from you. It's going to be awesome. Bill, how about you?
Mine was pretty low key. We had family gatherings and kind of chilled at the house, and Everything was wonderful until snowpocalypse.
Yo,
So,
you're not kidding.
and even that wasn't that bad. Andrew has made quite a bit of money shoveling people's driveways, so
Nice.
it's kind of nice. Yeah.
Yeah,
How
let
about
me
yours?
see.
He's like a grown man now.
Oh my
Yo,
gosh.
did you?
What
Have you-
happened?
Look, I
Like
have.
he was like 12,
Uh
and then now he's 30
huh.
in a year.
So Andrew has dedicated his life to wrestling pretty much. And
Okay.
he works out every day.
Like every night, I've
And,
done
yeah.
workouts
Yeah.
with him at the gym, and I
And
can't hang with him.
Really?
He is ripped. Him and his little group of friends are in great physical shape. And I don't know, he just has
So
an
like
older
all
mentality.
30-year-olds now.
Pretty
Yeah,
much.
Okay. Got
And
it.
they're 15.
yeah.
Yeah, I was like scrolling on Facebook and I like
what?
scrolled and then I like wait a second and then I went back and
Whose
I like
child
zoomed
is
in. I was like,
this?
who is that grown man?
Uh-huh.
Yep.
And then I was like, 1, 2, 3, and I was like counting your kids in my head and I was like, no way.
Mhm.
Yep. Yeah.
Yeah. I went camping with them, and they just refused to wear shirts the entire time.
That's what the way they are. My God. It's like,
It is.
that boy comes home from school and he's like gone.
Just
Immediately,
Bruce
first thing.
Almighty.
Yep.
Yep.
It's like, dude,
He's
there's
done.
company.
Yeah.
Yeah. Everybody needs
Is
to
he
know.
the generation that they don't like crease their tennis shoes too?
Yes.
They don't like they walk, they don't bend their I can't talk.
They don't want
They
to
don't
crease.
bend
Yeah.
they don't bend their feet to like create the crease in the tennis shoes.
No
That's so
creases.
gross.
Yeah, it's,
I only wear. Okay, I violated one of my cardinal rules this weekend. A friend of mine was like, "Hey, so snow's coming, and I was trying to get an order from Walmart. Can you lend me a hand?" And I was like, "Okay." I was trying to place an order for delivery. I can't get a delivery till Tuesday. I can't do a pickup until Tuesday. I was like, "All right, 6 a.m. Saturday morning, like we're there." So I pull up at 6:30 because that's me. We get to Collinsville Walmart
The tracks.
at like I woke up and I was like, oh God, like I have to go. And Dee Dee was like calling me, like, yo, are you like on your way? And I'm like, yes, I know. I have a very early morning. And so I left my
Weird, I have
house.
something similar that happened tonight like that.
Okay, but I had to dig the car out. There was-
Excuses is what I'm hearing. New year, new you, buddy.
who invited her? Totally fine.
I don't know, but I mean, we're gonna go with time management for the
Oh,
topic
it is-
tonight.
No.
listen, that is on my list of things
Okay.
to really like, yeah. 6:30. Yeah, that was anyway. So so I pull up, we get to Walmart about 7 o'clock, and the parking lot is already half full. Yeah.
What?
People were already in Collinsville, like, and the store is bustling. I'm just like, okay. But the cardinal rule that I violated was I never wear shoes that I can't run in case something happens. I need to be able to like take off. And this is based on that whole like not creasing your shoe thing. Like I need shoes that crease because when I take off, I need to take off. If I need to hit something or run away from something from being hit, I need to be able to do that. And I wore flip-flops.
Ew.
Ooh. Like,
Yeah.
But did you have socks with them?
Who wears socks and
Thank
flip-flops?
God.
That is
You'd
not a
be
thing.
It's
surprised.
actually
Oh, it
it's
is a
actually a
thing.
thing now.
I know it's a
Like-
thing, and I think it's
Yeah.
stupid.
Mhm.
Like it was it's so weird. You look like one of those anime characters. You've got like a thong flip-flop and a sock, and then it just creaks in there, and it's like, what are you doing?
You don't have like individual toes.
No, they're no. It's just like
Like
no,
a Ninja Turtle.
like a Ninja Turtle. Well, they've got, I think it's like 3 toes. Is
But
it?
like still, they'd be able to wear flip flops.
They could,
Yeah.
and they could run in them because
They're the Ninja
they're
Turtles.
the Ninja Turtles. They jump off of buildings. and-
Just get Crocs. You'll be fine.
Yeah. Sport mode.
I saw a woman kicking a door without her shoe in sport mode, and I was impressed.
Oh.
I don't know who was cheating on who or what she was trying to do, but she was like, pow, pow. She kicked the door. Anyway, back to the story. So I ended up, while I was at Home Depot, the Home Depot was like
Walmart.
next door to it. Walmart. Thank you. I definitely bought a pair of like $15 sneakers and socks and the sweater because I don't wear.
So you could like make a break for it if you needed to.
No, because it was 19 degrees
Oh.
outside.
Minor details.
I got out the car. My feet are ashy. I'm like, yo, this is ridiculous. Who let me out the house this way? I did.
You.
I
Yeah,
did.
that was all you.
All of me.
So did you dig out the car in flip flops?
Oh no! So as soon as I put the socks and the shoes on,
Uh-huh.
I put the flip flops in the trash.
Oh,
So they're not even part of my life anymore.
that's probably a good thing.
Leave it in the past.
Just leave it in
New year,
2024.
new me.
Yeah, there you go. Anywho, quick financial concept of the week: CDs. They're terrible. Why? Because it is a CD. You'll get a CD at like 0.75%, and if that's all you knew, you'd be really happy
I'm
about
thinking,
that.
like music CDs.
Oh
They're
no, I
also
still
terrible.
have a bunch
Also-
of those.
Oh,
They're,
yeah.
they're also terrible.
But I was like, what if I? Oh,
Why did-
financial. That makes.
Yeah. Certificates of deposit.
fine.
That's what
I mean, you could
CDs.
probably bury money in a coffee can in your backyard
and
come
still
back
have a
for
better
it.
rate of return.
Yeah, it's because it's going to be valued higher.
yeah,
you know?
for sure.
Come on.
Yeah. So you get a CD at 0.75%. It'll take you like 100 years for that money to double. Like, don't even worry about it. Why do I know this? The rule of 72. We covered that a couple weeks ago. So, refer back to that episode. In any case, I want to get into, I was looking for things in Collinsville and Edwardsville,
Okay.
just like in the metro, like things to do.
there was a fishing show. I didn't even know what was going on, or I would have went at the convention center. I'm sad.
In St. Louis?
No, in Collinsville.
Oh,
Why would I go to St. Louis? Ew.
why would I eat Emo's Pizza? Ew.
Ew.
Wow.
Yeah, we're on that again.
It's okay.
Uh-huh.
It's okay. You keep bringing it up. You got a
I'm
whole
telling
bunch
you,
of people against you.
To get me, they're gonna have to sponsor the show.
Okay, well then talk to them.
They sponsor the show, and I'm like, okay, cool. Like, send me a pizza,
They'll
win
send
my
you-
heart over.
Send you a
I'm just-
Provel T-shirt.
Wait, you don't like emos?
No, he doesn't.
No,
He's from New York.
it is a staple of every episode.
New York pizza is
I-
just so much better.
It is.
I've never had New York pizza, so
You gotta go.
I gotta.
You gotta
Wait,
go.
is it deep dish?
No.
Oh, okay. Oh,
It's a
wait, that's
thick-
Chicago, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's a thicker.
Chicago
crust.
does weird stuff,
Yeah,
bro. No,
One hundo.
I am
I don't
not.
like a
No.
lot of like the pizza sauce. I don't like that. So Chicago style is not for me.
Deep dish is more like a pizza cake.
Gross.
Yeah,
I love it.
Blech.
Chicago style hot dogs are the only thing that are. Oh, I'm okay with that.
But
But
it's a Chicago style hot dog, like with the everything. Like,
yeah, and but it's done a completely. Yeah, the way it's done, and yeah, it's good. But yeah, I can't.
Okay.
Never had that either.
Yeah. But yeah, I don't.
Can't relate.
I don't-
Just
I don't-
without the sport pepper. Everybody wants to put sport peppers on crap. Quit
spore peppers.
it. Sport pepper, the
What's a
little
sport
little
pepper?
kind of semi-spicy pepper thing. It's
Oh, it's
stupid.
kind of like a jalapeno. but
Yeah, almost like
smaller.
a peppercini thing.
Peppercini.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
yeah. They put it like they do it with pizza around here in some places too. They're like, here, have this weird pepper like that
That must be
nobody's
an
gonna
emos
eat.
thing.
It is
No,
an emos
it's
thing. Oh
not.
no, it's a Papa John's thing.
Papa John's, yeah, it's a Papa John's thing, and it's just as bad as like any one of these places that tries to do salad. Like pizza place salads are terrible, bro. Like it's just
It's the only thing I'll eat from emos.
oof. Oh my gosh,
They
I'm
do
gonna
got
punch you
good
in the throat.
salads.
I know this because when they were like, "Hey, you want anything from emos?" I'll take a salad at the best. You don't want any pizza? Absolutely not.
But they
I'd
have,
rather
like,
starve
awesome
to death.
You're such a
ranch.
damn snob.
I am,
You really
and
are.
proud of it.
Yet you can't get your best pizza ever because you're in the Midwest. Everyone's against you, Brian.
Nobody's against me.
Everybody is.
I don't-
Nobody is against me. I didn't slap the table because Bill told me weeks ago. He was like, every time you hit the table, like it does awful things to the mic.
The,
And I was-
the freaking springs on the microphone
It's like,
thing add
"Yarr, yarr,
like
yarr."
reverb. It's
Well,
ridiculous.
Yeah, but he's like the only one with headphones, so it probably tears him up.
It does.
That, and then
Yeah.
whoever's listening.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And then the day that he told me that, the very first thing I did was I got excited and I hit the table. It
It
was
goes, wah,
awful.
wah, wah,
Anyway,
wah, wah, wah.
getting into what we're here for. I want to introduce Ashley more officially. So Ashley and I met, God, what was it, 5 years ago, maybe?
2020.
2020, 2021?
Somewhere
Somewhere
around
in
there.
there. Okay.
Yeah.
So it's like 4 or 5 years ago.
Gosh, it doesn't seem like that long.
It does not. Because I met you and your at the time husband, Brian,
Correct.
because we shared the same name,
Mhm.
spelled the same way
spelling,
too.
everything. Yeah.
But yeah, so we were like just kind of like hanging out and it was cool. Ultimately, I've seen your transformation in the last few years, and it has been nothing less than I don't want to say it's astonishing. Like it's for me, it is the culmination of consistency and dedication. Like it's pure discipline with what has happened with you. Please put the camera on her. Like, cause seriously, like she's beaming right now. It has been an absolute joy to kind of watch you evolve as you are. And as far as I'm concerned, like you don't see that you've arrived, like you're still getting better.
Yeah.
And what I've recognized is you get better for you so that you can be better for everybody else, you know? So with that, I just want to very officially welcome Ashley Buckholz.
Thank you very much.
All right, cool. So, what was it that kind of prompted you to, like, what was it that you saw that you wanted to like just kind of make a change or whatever?
I think honestly, right around the time that I decided to make a change was like when my world was imploding. I was in a marriage that I could not save. No matter how much I tried, and it was just getting worse and worse. And I was just like, this is one thing that I can control because everything else in my life is out of control.
Right.
And so I started getting on the treadmill. I would wake up at 4 a.m. every single day, run on the treadmill. Well, it started with like walking, but like walk on the treadmill for 20 minutes every single day, get ready and go to work. And I was just so much more productive at work. And
what line of work are you in?
I am an emergency room nurse.
Woo! So you see all the GSWs and stuff.
Oh yeah. At the time I was working at SLU, which is like level 1 trauma center.
Uh-huh.
You know, I needed to like be on my game. So that was kind of like the motivation. And then you surround yourself with people who also have the same kind of goals. And that's what made it a little bit easier. But then it became, man, I feel really good every time that I get on the treadmill. So what else can I do to like make myself like challenge myself? So I hired a trainer, and that was probably the best decision I've ever made for myself, because like she is just, I can't sing her praises enough. She's amazing. She motivates you to like just be a better you. And in doing that, like I'm a better mom to my kids. I'm a better friend. I'm better for me, so.
Yeah. Cause I see you. I'm letting you know, I see you. And that's what, like, that was one of the things that I reached out. I was like, look, I'm not hitting on you in any way, shape or form, but like, good grief. Like your transformation has been amazing.
Yeah.
Like, okay. So if you don't mind,
I don't mind.
How much weight have you lost?
78 pounds. I didn't weigh myself this week yet, but 78 pounds as of last week is what I've lost from my highest weight.
Okay. And I'm not going to ask what that weight was.
You can ask. I was 320 pounds.
Holy crap.
Yeah.
Sorry. I'm sorry.
I say that too. Because I'll look back and I'm like, dang. But I weigh more than I weigh more than my lowest ever weight, but I am in smaller clothes than my lowest ever weight.
That makes sense.
Of the muscle.
Right.
Just because like body composition, and it's so wild to see how your body changes, like with weightlifting and proper nutrition.
Mm-hmm. Cause I see, like, you post these pictures, and this is really what, like, you remember I reached out to you and it was like,
yep.
Dude, this looks great. Like what you're doing. And it's like every week it's a new update. It's a new, or every couple of weeks, and you're updating, and it's like, yeah, this is me tracking. Like, why do you track? Why do you feel the need to upload pictures and videos?
I think it keeps me accountable. I think that, I don't want to say it's like astonishing or like astounding or anything, but I think it's motivating when people reach out to me saying like, I've never, until like recently, obviously, I've never been the type of person that somebody would be like, hey, like you're an inspiration. Like, what are you doing? Da, 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 da. And the amount of people that reach out to me and they're like, hey, what are you doing? How can you help me? Like, what are you? And my journey is not the same as somebody else's journey. So I just tell them like, hey, this is what works for me. It might not work for you, but it's like about finding what works. So, I think I post more to like keep myself from going backward. And then also to keep myself accountable, because like if I don't post anything and then I wind up just like eating the whole left side of the buffet, I don't want to like post that picture and be like, yeah, sorry, your girl gained a lot of weight back,
Right.
I had a hysterectomy a year ago, maybe. And that was probably the hardest comeback from like being down. Like the motivation went out the window. I gained like 40 pounds after that. And just because I just could not like will myself to do it. Yeah. So finally got the motivation back.
So how what do you find motivates you and keeps you going?
Can I be like candid?
100%.
September I went through a breakup, so that motivates you. Just because, and it wasn't like, oh, I'm gonna get a revenge body. It was more like I'm gonna devote all the time that I was like putting into this person back into myself. And I finally like hanging out with myself. Like I finally, like I'm good sitting at home watching TV, reading, cleaning, whatever. Like I'm good with my own company now. And for a long time I wasn't. So, and then, I mean, the endorphins run they flow when you work out. So
yeah, I'm with you on everything except the like cleaning part. That is so mundane to me that I'm just like,
I was diagnosed with ADHD.
Oh, me too.
Last year. Like,
oh, wow.
Yeah. I'm almost 40 years old. So like I've lived my whole entire life with like squirrel, you know?
Yeah.
And so when they put me on some medicine, I was like, I can get everything done. Like this is awesome. And I can clean the world. So that's like, it makes my brain feel calm when I clean. So right now, don't look at my house though, because Snowmageddon got me.
Oh, don't look at mine ever. I look like I have 3 toddlers at home. It's just me.
When Brian actually becomes rich, that'll be his first thing he'll have made.
Oh, before I get to that point,
he'll just buy a clean house.
That's true. Oh, this one's far too dirty. It's time to move on. Yeah, that's what'll happen.
I love. Yeah. I mean, at one point, I remember when I was really on my grind, I had a maid service come in like once a month and just, hey, everything except laundry and dishes, like that I can do.
No, those are the ones I want somebody to do.
Yeah, I hate laundry.
Yeah,
I hate laundry. I hate dishes.
We have a dishwasher for a reason.
Like paper plate it.
Yo, real talk. The thing about me is I definitely got to a point where after my marriage imploded and my life imploded, I was like, man, I need to get plates. So I got plates from Walmart because, you know, where else do you get plates from? I mean, obviously Dollar Tree and Dollar General have plates, but they had a whole set. And it was 4 entree plates, 4 salad plates, and 4 bowls. And I have yet to get to the place where all of them are in the sink at the same time. Like I don't even get to because
bro, that's weekly for me.
Yo,
I got 2 heathen kids, so
oh, that's what we battle with our kids. And half the time you go look around for the stuff and it's in their room.
Oh,
ooh,
fight you.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. I have a
elbow.
rule. I have a rule. No dishes in your room. My teenager, he does not listen to that rule. And I've found like 4 cups in there today, and I was like,
our youngest, for the longest time, it was like eat half-eaten bags of stuff and like chips and the wrappers from things, and you're like, listen, you're going to bring us roaches or ants or insert
something
unwanted
that
here
in mass can carry you out of here,
right?
Yeah.
And that's what my mom used to say. You can't eat in your room because you're gonna bring something that's gonna en masse carry you out. And I was like, oh, that's scary.
We just made a deal with her, and I think it actually kind of worked. But she wants a hardwood floor in her room rather than the carpet that we'd put in there. And I'm like, if you could keep your room clean, we might think about that. And since then, her room has been clean.
Oh.
I'm like, oh, I didn't think that would work. Now I have to buy flooring.
Yeah, no, great.
Yeah.
Crap.
Like the threats don't work. Now you just have to like just
look
right.
Yeah.
I know. It's so dumb.
It's frustrating. When that does happen, you know, give me a shout. We did the bathroom.
The bad thing is though, is that like we put like that office carpet, like the 12 by 12 square carpet that like doesn't matter. Just, it was junk.
Right.
We put that in there and put it down with the glue that you use for it. It's going to be a pain to get up.
No.
It's going to suck so bad. Oh, it's going to be bad.
This is the worst ever.
Yeah. But you know, I'll be like, hey, why don't you help with this?
Right.
Here's
so
a putty
she
knife.
Can appreciate.
Yeah. Hey, by the way, Kim Pearson says she loves you.
Oh, I love her.
And she also says you have no idea how far Ashley has evolved.
I'm not crying. Stop. Emotionally unstable.
No, seriously, like
Kim has known me like she used to watch my oldest,
Mhm.
and she's known me since, God, 100 years.
You literally just said you're turning 40, so like
don't
clearly
quote me. Why do you have to bring up the past?
Somebody else has time management or measurement issues,
Oh,
but that's okay.
Listen, I said I had ADHD.
I spent 4 hours today digging cars out. 2.5 hours to
But
dig
that's
my
so
car
not.
out.
Where were you when I was digging my car out?
Stuck in St. Louis digging my car out. Like literally,
Well,
yes.
you're digging 4 cars out.
You dug 4 cars
No,
out?
you said you did, right?
No, I spent 4 hours.
Oh, 4
so
hours.
it's 2.5 hours this morning. Now, I will say this.
Why?
Hmm?
Why is so long?
Okay, so here was my
Go on.
method because I didn't grow up with a car, so digging cars out was not a thing that we do in New York. Well, for ourselves, we did it for other people for money. But I now own a shovel and I own a broom, which I guess
Oh,
it literally was the broom that, from my kitchen.
right.
Just pushing snow off. I almost,
If anyone would like to sponsor getting Brian a snow shovel from Walmart
I
because he
have a
gets
snow
tennis
shovel.
shoes but not a snow shovel.
I have a snowshoe.
You should have went to Home Depot and rented a snow blower.
If
Well,
I
you
could
can do
get there,
that.
sure.
That's fine. How far is it from your place?
It's like a mile in the snow.
Oh my
Uphill
God.
both ways
With no shoes.
with no shoes.
I have boots on, folks.
and your books and a belt.
Right.
That's how you.
I
can.
cannot with you two. No,
Remember
so
when you invited me on the show?
love the fact that I did. So I've got this really ergonomic shovel. It does
Oh,
like,
the stupid curvy
it's got
thing.
the
Oh.
curve,
jeez.
and it's great. My
You
back does
fell for
not
that
hurt.
crap.
I had another one that I loaned to a friend who
Mhm.
then moved to Florida.
What?
And took the shovel?
No, left the shovel.
No.
So it's here in St. Louis somewhere. I hope somebody's benefiting from it, but it's like a
What if somebody they're like, this might be his shovel and send it back to you?
not
That'd
sending
be
it
so
back.
nice.
It's been 6 years. It's not
The
coming
long
back.
lost shovel.
The long lost shovel.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, so I was trying to figure out how to defrost the car, get it all together, and kind of get everything squared away. And I've been really great with my maintenance on my car. You know this.
Mhm.
What I was not aware of or prepared for was I cannot drive in the snow right now. So last week I learned that Advanced Auto Parts is doing a fire sale. There's a bunch of their locations that are closing down in St. Louis.
Really?
They're struggling financially.
They are struggling financially. Like,
Yeah.
my understanding
Mhm.
is they've closed everything in California and Indiana. All of the car quests are shutting down,
Mhm.
and they're closing 9 locations in
They're like the Blockbuster of auto parts.
sort of
stores.
kind of, yeah. And it
Except
might,
Blockbuster has an excuse, like VHS and DVD rentals were dying.
yeah,
Advanced Auto Parts is just financially irresponsible.
that was my understanding. Like
They
40,
probably got
40
CDs.
Probably. Probably.
Bring it all back.
high five.
Oh. Well played.
That's
Well
a
played.
callback, folks. So they're closing these locations, and I was like, okay, well, if they're closing the locations, let me see what they got. So I go in. I know I needed control arms for my car. So I had bought one control arm for like $116. It was, I want to say early December, and I went back to this Advance, and I was like, hey, I need a control arm for the right control arm, and they were like, okay, cool. Well, how much is it? It's $4.95. Yes,
What?
please.
You
I got
gotta go to
brake pads
Like 1960s
for
pricing.
$1.95 for brake pads. I got rotors for $3.55 each.
It sounds like I need to go there and buy some stuff I don't need.
Oh, I definitely did.
But
I
I
got
just-
hubcaps.
Hubcaps.
What do I need hubcaps for?
Did you
just
get
'cause-
spinners?
No,
have
absolutely
to.
not. No, they
Oh,
don't
you
have
should
They're
have
on
had
sale. You gotta
spinners.
get them.
No, they were just the regular standard hubcaps, but they were like
Where's
20
your sense
bucks.
of adventure?
Sense of adventure.
You know what? Spinners probably wouldn't have been $20. They
It
probably
was
been like
50% off.
$3.25.
$3.25.
Yes.
You know what? You need some like really cool
Or like
ground
plastic.
effects. for your car, like
Ooh, that'd be
neon
cool.
green or
Ooh,
something.
Yeah.
And the ones that go in the wheel well, so that's all lit up too. Yeah.
And I could play the music from the dancing funeral. Dun, 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 dun,
Yes.
dun,
And the
dun,
lights could
dun,
go
dun,
along with it.
Yeah.
dun, dun, dun,
Yeah.
dun, dun,
They're like
like,
synchronized to
yeah.
the beat.
Didn't they used to be illegal? Like
I'm pretty sure
more,
it still is.
I see more and more people driving around with them
They have
on.
Texas plates too, so they can't be held accountable in Missouri.
Oh my gosh. So why can you not drive your car in the snow?
So here's what happened. I was pulling out and my tires are spinning, and I'm like, no way. And I look at the tire, and the tire is almost as bald as I usually am.
Oh.
And I was
Oh.
like, how the hell did that happen?
Wow.
Well, the first time I got tires, I put 10 tires on my car in 2023.
you need to explain that because you only have
10
4.
tires?
I put 10 tires. So I bought a full set, and I bought a new rim to go with the tires because I had dented one of them. 3 days into driving it, I like smoke a curb and dent the rim, tire shot too. I'm like, okay, all right. Like there was an exit. I was getting off the highway. I saw the exit. I saw the guy. I slowed up enough to let him by. And then I just like, good luck, everybody. And I smoked the curb. Now I need a new rim and another new tire. That's 5. So I got 1, 2, 3, 4. Then I had to buy number 4 again. So that's 5. Later that year, I was driving up in Bridgeton, and a circular piece of metal folded itself into a nice little object that inserted itself into my passenger side rear tire. So I had to get another tire.
That's just a free souvenir from the city.
Literally,
Yeah.
yes. So
It's a gift.
Yeah.
It really is.
so I bought another tire. That was number 6. I noticed that there was a weird edge wear on my tires, and in the mechanic shop that I was working at, they were like, your car's sagging. And I'm like, sagging how? They pushed down on the front. Okay, I need shocks and struts. Cool. Put shocks and struts in and a full set of tires. Okay, cool. Because the tires were wearing irregularly, like even though I was
Okay.
Did they do an alignment?
Yep, did an alignment,
Okay.
put a new what was that pin? There was another pin that you put up front to kind of help with the aligning. But anyway, I'll think about it at some point in time when we're not on
Just
the air.
like call it out.
You're talking like tie rods or something?
It wasn't
or-
a tie rod. It was a pin that goes in, like it was a cotter pin, but not a cotter pin. It was something else. But anyway, you usually you tighten it up, and it helps the car align. So I put one of those in, and cool, it was aligned. Well, now my control arms are shot, which is why I'm getting control arms. Okay, but the tires, I didn't. So at that time, I put a full set of tires on. I was on my way to work. I lost a tire. I was on my way home. I lost another tire. I put 2 individual tires on. So now I don't have a full set of 4. Of the original tires that I put on in 2023, I think it was November of 23. Of those 4 tires, I only have 1 left, and it's my driver's side rear. The others, I haven't been rotating them, so the front ones are just. So I need another full set, but I just put one on because I lost a tire a couple months ago. So that is going to be a full size spare.
You're a much better person than I am. For the truck, I just go down to Cheapies. I'm like, hey, hook me up for like $50.
Yeah, but I can't drive in the snow to get to Cheapies right now.
Well, you could, just really slow.
No, not at all. Like I cannot get out of the spot. The snow is like,
Oh my gosh.
it's so slick.
You
It's
just need
so slick.
chains for your tires. That's fine.
Then I wouldn't need new tires.
Or you can't drive chains on non-snowy roads.
I
Can't
shouldn't.
or shouldn't.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Can't is I stand corrected. Should not. Legally
I
should
hear
not.
Is it illegal though?
On
On
non-ice
non-snowy
roads.
roads,
Yeah.
you
Yes.
just.
Well, yeah, because you just be throwing sparks everywhere. Yeah.
Ooh.
I mean,
And damaging the
that's
asphalt.
one way to get noticed.
That is true. You don't need the ground effects.
That's
You're doing
right.
the sparks.
You don't even. Yeah.
You got your own 4-wheeled
There
sparkler.
you go.
That's
See if
cool.
Advance Auto has chains
Yeah.
instead of the LED lights.
Yeah. It's cheaper too, I'm
Yeah.
sure.
And you won't even need the music because they'll make their own.
And then you can call yourself 4 chains.
Or 10 chains because
Yeah, I mean,
A
depends
lot
on
of tires. A lot of tires. Yeah, I was down in Soulard and I ended up hitting a pothole and it destroyed.
Brian, you have really bad luck with just driving in general?
No, I drive a lot. So between 23 and 24, I was looking at my time hop, and I've put about 40,000+ miles on my car.
Oh,
Yeah,
what
his
was that?
probability of accidents is
Yeah.
because his
Don't
miles.
your insurance is not watching this.
I hope not either.
They're like rate increase.
Uh-huh.
Like, oh, you drive that much, huh?
Uh-huh.
Right,
Okay.
huh?
You said 12,000.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I go to work and I go home.
Okay, cool. Your insurance is $1,500 a month.
Literally, yes.
We are not going to accept that risk.
No, not at
We're
all.
going to drop you. You're going to get an email. Hey,
Uh-huh.
policy's canceled.
We need you to take the same insurance that drunk people do. Okay, thanks. It's an SR22 for you. Okay, that's what you're doing.
Yo, so I got okay. Since we're talking about it, I got my driver's license suspended a few years ago, and this is what happened. I got into an accident. I was driving a vehicle that wasn't mine. It also wasn't insured. So, yeah.
Double
Flipped on a
whammy.
bridge. It was a whole thing. Fast forward, I then had to get insurance with an SR22. Well, the
Mhm.
information was filed on this side of the bridge in Illinois. So when I got the SR22, it was filed automatically with Missouri, where I live.
Mhm.
So Illinois never told me that the SR22 wasn't filed. So they at some point contacted Missouri and was like, yeah, just suspend his license. So I was driving around like, I'm good. I've got the SR22. I'm good. I'm driving. And I went to change my driver's license because I moved 4 doors down. I was like, yeah, I need to update it. They're like, yeah, your license is suspended. I'm sorry, what? I could have been pulled over at any given point in that
straight to
year.
jail.
And they would have just like, yeah, sir, you're coming with us.
Right.
For why? Because you have the right to remain silent.
Dang it.
But he does not have the ability. So.
No. I've talked myself out of tickets. I've talked myself into my car getting impounded. I've talked a lot, and it just didn't. It always works out. It just usually costs more.
I have never been able to talk myself out of a ticket.
Really?
Yeah.
No?
Yeah. Never.
Wow.
But I'm like honest to a fault too.
I mean,
So,
they've
like,
also
why I pulled you
heard-
over. I'm like, I was speeding.
I was doing
Well, since you know,
109.5
Right.
miles per hour. Wow,
it was 0.7.
you're actually pretty
Yep.
damn accurate. Okay. Well, bonus points for that, but put
Right.
your hands behind your back.
But I was only 40 over the speed limit.
Right.
Only 40.
I'm a criminal.
Last time I got pulled over, I was doing 50 and a 25.
That's why you don't have tires.
How did I get out of that ticket? Because I didn't even get one. I got a warning.
Oh, wow.
What?
Yeah. So James, I hope you're watching, because I was with James and I was on the phone with James and we were talking. This was like this time last year. We're talking about how Monday Night Raw is coming to town. We're talking about how AEW is coming to town, wrestling. I'm like, yeah, cool. So I'm like really amped up and I'm hyped and I'm like driving home and I'm in this neighborhood and and I see the lights and I'm like, oh. So I pull over, kill the engine, roll down the window, turn on my dome light, and I'm like, hey, officer. And she's like, dude. I'm like, hey, so I got it. And James at the time, he was like, look, do you want me to stay on the phone with you? Absolutely, yes. I've seen how these videos go. So he's like, all right. So he goes, yeah, listen, I forgot where I was, officer. Honestly, I'm on the phone with my buddy James. And we're talking about pro wrestling. And she goes, oh, you mean like how WWE's coming to town? And I was like, yes.
Oh, well, there was your
There
in
it
right
is.
there.
There it is.
You lucky.
Boom.
Oh.
He's like, yeah, I know them. I know all of them. Everyone who's wrestling.
Right.
We actually like had drinks the other day. Like we all know each other. Do you want an autograph? And that's probably why she's like, yeah, for sure.
So I ran into Jay Lethal. You don't even know who Jay Lethal is.
Oh, Brian.
TNA, I think he's part of AEW.
Oh, my
He
gosh.
did at one point
He's
the,
name
res-
dropping. You hear
the
that?
resurgence of the Macho Man Randy Savage.
I'm
Like,
not
he
even
was-
impressed anymore.
not anymore, right? Like,
He'd be like, listen, I'm going, to the Obama's house this weekend. like, okay, cool,
Like, all
whatever.
right. See you when you get back.
Right. You'll have a selfie to show us, I'm sure.
It'll be his new profile pic.
Yeah.
I mean, my profile pics are pretty epic. It's Bob Saget and Gilbert Gottfried.
Yeah, but like we need more.
We do. You're slacking. When's the last
Yeah.
time?
You have
They're
a whole,
both dead.
Well, I mean,
Well,
you
that's why
can't
we
get
need
another
new
selfie
ones.
with them, but you know.
Yeah.
Well, I'm taking a selfie with you later.
Okay.
Hey, where, you know, with as much as you talk about Star Trek, where's all your selfies with the Star Trek actors?
Yeah.
Oh God, I met LeVar Burton at Comic-Con.
There it is.
Oh, here.
Oh my God, are you serious?
There it is. Yep. Yep.
So I met hey, Mr. Burton. Thank you for
he's
that.
watching.
I don't know, but if
Oh.
he is, I definitely want to tell him, like, what are we, 40 minutes in? Yeah. If you happen to see this, anyway, he's been
He
on
also
TV
needs
so
a
much.
snow shovel. If you happen to know anybody.
I met him at Comic-Con. I had bought these tickets. Well, I bought a ticket to Comic-Con. It was a 4-day event. And I remember I was like, oh, I can't believe I'm scheduled to work. So I talked to my manager, Cindy. If you're watching, hi, Cindy. I said, hey, I'm going to see, like, if the Star Trek people are there. Do you want an autograph? She's like, sure. I was like, anyone in particular? She goes, Spock. I think Leonard Nimoy had already died at that
I'm like,
point.
well, that's a little hard to do.
Yeah. I was like, I don't think he's going to be there, but LeVar Burton, who played Geordi. Yeah, let me get Geordi. So as a pass for not going to work that entire weekend, I produced for her an autograph to her, and it said, to Cindy, thanks for letting my man out of work, LeVar Burton.
That's cool.
Huh.
That's really cool.
So it wasn't like, oh yeah, I just got an autograph. It was like
Yeah,
to you and
like
the conditions under which I got here. It was very
You
personalized.
know,
But
Geordi is an engineer. He probably worked out that shovel thing.
Yeah.
You know, he could probably set the phasers low enough just to melt the snow.
You probably could.
Yeah.
No work needed, really.
Yeah.
Yeah.
From orbit. They don't even have to get close.
Yeah.
Come down. Like, where is he? Oh, he's there? All right. So this is going to be within a quarter of an inch of where he is.
Right.
You know, I bet if you position the car correctly, he could probably cut new tread into your tires too.
Yeah.
Oh, that'd be so dope.
Yeah, like legit. This dude's skilled. You know it.
Only eclipsed by Miles O'Brien.
Oh, O'Brien kept everything together though.
He
Like-
had to. It was Cardassian, Federation, and Bajoran
Did
technology.
you? I mean, like, listen. Did you watch him on DS9?
yes.
Like he was perpetually pissed off, and nobody knew why. They're like, oh, why are you? What? Like, why are you sad? And he just held it in. He never exploded and was like, F you guys, and like started phasering people from random like epic locations or anything. But like that's what he should have done because they were all idiots that screwed
the
everything up and put
replicators.
him in a situation that was like impossible. And they're like, well, I don't know, just get more parts. He's like, for a Cardassian space station
From where?
from Impact Nor, of course, the abandoned
where?
one with the booby
From where?
traps.
That's his question. Are you familiar with any Star Trek?
Yes.
What was your favorite Star Trek?
I didn't really like it.
What?
honest with you.
Oof.
I'm
Ouch.
familiar because like when I
Ouch.
would stay up, I was like younger. So when I would stay up and I wasn't supposed to be watching TV, like that's what was on.
Right.
So, I mean, I say I didn't like it, but I watched it all the time. So, listen,
The look
listen.
on Brian's face.
listen.
I gotta vet people more.
No, dang. Ouch.
That hurt my one feeling. That
And listen, she's an ER nurse. She doesn't have any feelings to
I
hurt.
have one feeling, and you heard it.
Just like her jar of you know what's is empty too.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah,
No F's to give.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I have
zero.
all of them to give, but I'm selective.
You're not giving any of them out.
You got to earn it.
Yo, for real, I get it. I get it. So, what's the craziest thing you've seen in the ER so far?
Oh God.
Ooh. Probably not anything that's appropriate for a podcast.
It's
Can
probably
you
what all the
allude
people
to
on
it?
TikTok make fun of all the time.
Honestly, like working in the ER is traumatic. So there
Let's
are things.
not dredge that up.
There. Well, pun intended. No, I'm just kidding. I don't know. I don't like to like relive the bad ones. Just because you kind of compartmentalize. But the coolest thing I ever saw.
Yes, let's go with that.
Was a guy who like was living in his car and came in and he had like both of his feet were hurting. Just they've been hurting for months. And I don't know if you know anything about diabetic people, but if they have like a little nick or something like that, they have like delayed wound healing. This guy was just non-compliant with his treatment plan and came in and there was just this smell. And my favorite word to use in the ER is odiferous.
Odiferous.
It definitely was.
Ooh.
And when we went to pull off his boots that he had not taken off for 3 months at all, there was like soup in the boots. And you saw the tendons and you saw the like bone and stuff of his feet. He had trench foot. Both feet. I mean, it was like awful, horrible, but like probably one of the most interesting things. Maybe not cool.
You said cool. I was like, oh, there was a baby born.
If I'm seeing somebody in the ER, they're coming to see me. I usually have to take something out of them, sew something up in them, or, well, I don't sew it, but like, or give them a lot of pain medicine or something like that.
So I assume those feet had to be amputated.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Yes. And he was very angry at us.
At you. I'm like, bro, we didn't cause this.
Yo.
You know.
Maybe come in a little earlier when the pain started. I don't know.
Yo, my.
He didn't come in until it was like agonizing, which a lot of people do. So
I've learned that when it comes to bone, exposed bone has a lot of nerves in it.
Yes.
So the moment that touches air, it's like,
oh yeah, I was everything but a child of God to him. Everything, yeah. So I was like, okay, buddy. I was not his favorite person.
Well, here's the thing, and I've got a bit of a background in automotive repair. Looking at
obviously, you probably need to at this point.
It's better than look. The first time, and I've told this story before, the first time that I changed oil was with my former father-in-law. I thought I did a really great job getting the oil out, all that good stuff. It turns out I drained the transmission fluid instead.
Why is this oil red?
It wasn't red. It was black.
No, well, that's not good
car
either.
Had 50-something thousand miles on it. I'm like,
that thing was road hard. Oof.
I'm under there by myself. Just okay. And it gave me the wrench.
This looks right.
He gets the one car that actually has a freaking drain plug on the transmission.
So I'm like, okay, cool. I pull that off.
That's not normal.
And then I pour 5 quarts of oil where the oil is supposed to go in the engine block. And I'm like, cool. It's another 9-10 quarts of oil in there. And I'm like, why doesn't the car move?
Why is it acting so sluggish? Why are these gaskets tearing themselves apart?
Crazy.
Yeah, no idea.
This is weird.
But I say that to say I've had 2 years in that field and I've seen hundreds of cars, if not thousands. And it was always funny to me when somebody came in, and this is in relation to, he wasn't like, you weren't his favorite person.
Yeah.
Like, yeah. You drove this car with no oil for how long? And you heard the sounds, and now it's my fault that you need a new engine. Like you're angry with me that you need a new engine.
It's just misdirected anger.
Oh, 100%.
That's all it is. Like they're mad at themselves, but you are an easy target because you don't mean anything.
Well, I'm the person supplying your pain meds, so I mean a lot to you right now, buddy. And I'm just not going to give them to you.
What's the worst thing that you've seen that you didn't think the person was going to survive, but they did?
I've seen a lot of those.
Oh,
like there, you just got to, as being in the ER, you just got to see somebody come in and be like, yeah, that one's not.
There are a few people that I still think about to this day that I'm like, man, like I cannot believe they made it. There was a lady that she was younger than me, and she was like riding in a convertible and like went up the embankment. Like, isn't it an embankment? I don't know. Like
the side of an overpass or something.
Yeah. So like, like the big street signs, or the big highway signs.
Yeah.
So she went and like she was in a convertible and hit that, and like almost nearly amputated her shoulder.
Oh, geez.
Was she not wearing a seatbelt?
No, she was. I actually have like a couple of like over like embankment stories with the other one did not survive, unfortunately, but she like amputated her shoulder and like was just bleeding internally everywhere, and even the doctors were like, this is futile, but she made it. And and then there was another one when I was still like a baby nurse that my my preceptor, he was like in the room and he's like, so I don't know if you guys know what a clamshell thoracotomy is, but
Nope.
it's where basically they cut into your chest and open it up with like the jaws of life type. Like it's not the jaws of life, but it's like yeah. And they like they massage your heart, or they like they find like wherever you're bleeding from. It's like a 1% survival rate. 1%.
That's what happened with Princess Diana. They went in to do a heart massage.
Really?
Yeah.
I thought she died on scene.
No, she was like it was a couple hours later, but she hit hard and they pulled her out of the car. They were rushing her to the hospital, but they had to do like a heart massage. They did a heart massage for several hours, and then they were like, she's not going to make it because it wasn't taking.
Yeah. I don't think I ever knew that. Look at you, just dropping facts.
I feel like that was
right.
I feel like that was an inside job.
Possibly.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I don't even say possibly. We can save that for a conspiracy show, but
next week.
Yeah.
Oh, invite me back. I love conspiracies.
Yeah, we'll have Nick.
Yep.
Nick is.
I'll just sit here. I won't even say anything. Well, I'll probably say some stuff, but I just won't even.
That's fine. If you want to come back next week,
yeah.
For real.
Like, drop the mic.
Right.
Nick,
right.
It's attached. Don't. Oh.
Right.
Nick brings some really cool stuff, and he's very thorough with what he investigates, and it's kind of cool.
Yeah, he's spot on.
I'm down.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
I'm glad it's not like a far drive.
I can't tell if you're poking fun at me.
I'm not. I'm just being a nice girl.
Especially for her, she doesn't have bald tires.
Yeah. Yeah.
That is you poking. I am.
I had to.
Oh gosh. You and your 10 tires.
Yeah.
Brian drives a semi.
A semi.
When he says Uber or Lyft, he means like over the road trucking. Hauling materials is what Brian.
But speaking of hospitals, so my mom, she's in the hospital right now. She's actually, hi mom. I told you I'd say hi.
Hi, Brian's mom.
Hola.
She's in the hospital right
mom.
now. Yeah.
Aww.
Yeah. So it was a weird end to 2024 and beginning of 2025. So my transmission went in October. I didn't make it to Barbados with my family. So like they were all there having a great time, fun in the sun. Cool. Awesome. On the flight back, mom's legs were a little swollen and it was like, okay, cool. But my sister didn't think anything of it. So she hops on the plane, flies out here. Was a little concerned. I was talking to mom last week and she's like, yeah, I got a doctor's appointment. I'm like, all right, cool. So she goes to the doctor. Then she hits me up and she's like, yeah, my sister hits me up. She's like, look, mom's on her way in the ER straight. Like her primary was like, this is serious. You need to go to the hospital right now.
Both of her legs are swollen or just one?
I think it's one.
Does she have a DVT?
Yes. For those of you who don't know, a DVT is a deep vein thrombosis, right? Right. Basically, blood clots.
Yep. In your legs.
In her legs.
Not being mobile for a while.
Right. So being on the plane didn't really help.
No.
When apparently they started when they were in Barbados and then she hopped on a plane, didn't know, and flew. And that's like the one thing you don't do.
Yeah.
You don't fly because there's so much that can happen. Well, God's still with her. So like nothing happened until she got here, to the States. So she goes to the doctor. Doctor's like, I think this is blood clots. Sends her in an ambulance to the ER. ER is like, yeah, we're admitting you. So she's on diabetic medication. They're like, we're going to just monitor it with like blood thinners and insulin. And it's got to be all out of her system, the medication that she's on, for at least 72 hours. So the earliest that they'll do surgery is tomorrow morning.
Oh, they're like going in to
They're going in. They're going to get it out. I don't know if it's going to be like a balloon. They're going to remove it some way, somehow. So that was like the beginning of this year. But at the end of last year, my dad, he's, I've talked about it before. He's got early onset dementia and he went to the store, which is maybe 400 feet away, goes to the store, comes back, gets punched in the face by some kid.
What?
And it was like, why? 81 years old. He's fine now, but like the police came, took a report. They called the paramedics. Paramedics like patched him up. I got a chance to speak with him. He's good. He's in good spirits. And then he went to just, oh, hey, TV. So like, but he's good. I will say the one thing that
Oh,
got me. So he says to my mom before the doctor's appointment, he says, I'm gonna go to the police station and I'm gonna file a report. And mom goes, yeah, we did that yesterday. And he goes, well, they got to find those people. I'm gonna go find them. So he walks out.
Dad, they've been found.
Stops. He gets to the door. He leaves. Puts the key in the door. Comes back in. Rifles through the drawer. Gets a knife. Oh yeah.
Dad.
He's so gully. He's gully. He's gangster. So he gets a knife, and I'm not even talking like a paring knife. I mean like a knife.
Ooh.
And he's like on his way out the door. My mom's like, so where are you going? He says, well, if they come to me, I'm gonna come to them. I was like,
No.
he's ready to defend
Can
himself.
I just tell you that I love the dynamic between your dad and your mom? Like, she's like, where are you going? Like, she's not even questioning about the knife. Like,
No,
hey,
she's
put
like,
that down. She's like,
what's-
hey, can you get me something on the way out? Like,
You going to the bodega? I need
Yeah.
it.
yeah. So he gets a knife. He pulls a knife, and he's like, okay, I'm heading out. And she was like, yeah, well, okay, well, whatever. And she talked him out away from taking a knife with him because, in New York, if it's more than 4 fingers, you can't walk with it.
Right.
And this is a butcher
wait,
knife. I'm
that's
guessing
like the law.
That's like the
that's
law.
what it says.
Yeah, if
more than
it's-
4 finger. What if you have like wide fingers?
if
Then
it's
you-
longer than your
Let's hope that
4
the
fingers,
police officers' fingers are bigger. I don't know.
Yeah, if you're Tony Robbins. Hi, Tony. And
Oh my
I've
God.
never met him. I've read several of his books.
Ugh.
She just rolled her eyes and like put her hand over her eyes, like, oh my God, I can't believe that.
I need you to get high. These people need to be on the show.
Yeah.
It would be so cool. So I'm still working on Alex Leahy.
Mm-hmm.
She's an Australian artist. I met her last year. I was taking her to the Cardinals game and she invited me to her show. And I was like, cool, yeah, I'll go. So, well, she said, hit me up if you want tickets. So I was like, yeah, sure. I Instagrammed her DM'd her on Instagram. Got 2 tickets, ended up going by myself. It was fine. It was a great show.
Oh,
It was cool.
okay.
So she called me out from the stage and led 1,600 people chanting my name at the pageant, which was like, what?
That's pretty cool.
Hi, Alex. She's coming back to town April 1st, and I want to have her on the show. So I've already floated it out there. She was like,
It's April Fool's Day.
I know.
What if she's like April Fool's not coming?
No. I've seen the thing online. It says that she's starting her tour here.
Right. She's starting her tour, but she's not coming.
No, because that's
What are you
March
saying?
31st.
Okay.
April 1st is a Tuesday. March 31st is the Monday. right there.
Oh, okay.
It would be hilarious if she did that, though.
You know what
That
I
would-
think? I think that it should be a race for either Bill or even me to try and get somebody famous on the show before Brian does.
Oh yes,
Ooh.
I'm gonna
I
start.
love a challenge.
I'm gonna start sending emails.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
I'm pretty sure
You won't.
I know somebody famous. I don't
Do
know
you?
who. I don't know, but I'm about to find out.
Since I moved here, I met Jackie Joyner Kersey, which threw me for a loop. I did a 5K and had guys, I'm not pretentious here. Okay. Hear me out. It's not me just name dropping for the sake of name dropping. I just run into people and I take selfies with them. Like that's just how it is, how
Part
it
of me
be.
feels like he's like on the internet, like, where are these celebrities at? I gotta go and put myself in this place.
Not this week, but next week. Donald Trump on the show, guys.
Yo,
Yeah,
if
yeah.
you got him, I'd be like, wow, like genuinely impressed. He'd be the only living president who's ever served 2 non-consecutive terms, 45 and 47. You know who the other one was?
No, I don't know.
Grover Cleveland, and I have his hat in my house.
How do you know? Like, you're just like a wealth of. Do you play trivia? Let's play trivia.
Speaking of which, this weekend, trivia on Friday night. Yes, we're doing anime. It is here at the Board Gamery, 1406 Niedring House. Yes, and that'll be Friday from 6 to 8. And then on Saturday,
Why are you yelling? We're right here.
oh, sorry. I'm really excited. This is how I end up doing 15 and 25. And then on Saturday, we have
Wow.
our monthly Dungeons and Dragons game. Yeah. Look, I am Zell, the bard, the elven bard who hates elves. I was a dwarf in a previous life. I was kind of moved dimensions and reincarnated as a bard, and I hate elves. So it's like this whole self-loathing. I'm racist against elves because I was originally a dwarf.
And he caused mass murder.
Yeah, I kind of screwed that up.
Yeah. Trying to be a
So Matt Fleming,
diplomat.
my hand healed just fine. Everything's fine. Kevin, my hand healed just fine. Everything's cool. We're taking down decorations at the church, and it was like an adjustable ladder. It like slipped and caught it pinched the palm of my hand.
Ouch.
Man, talk about, I was like, oh, there, I didn't
Not
swear
in the house
though.
of the Lord.
I didn't swear. I was
Mentally,
the
you
first
probably did.
person
I
on
would
this
have.
show
Yeah.
to drop the F
I
bomb.
would have. I would
What?
have.
Yeah. So I was sitting
We were
there.
very careful on the show before Brian.
And then I
Oh.
showed up, and it was just like, man, and I didn't just drop it once. I dropped it like 5 times. But for what
Like
it's
the
worth,
same day?
in the same sitting, it was the same hour. Yeah.
Yeah.
But to be fair, I was talking about slavery and how it's pretty messed up.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I get a pass for that.
That
The other
passes the vibe.
4,
Yeah, yeah, I
Oh,
get
no.
this. So Chuck used to be the host, and he brings him on. Like Brian came up to sit at the window.
like
And he's
they
like,
are,
"Hey, do you
yeah.
want to be on the show?" And then we talk about slavery that night. I'm like, "Oh yeah, just bring the black person in." And immediately drop the slavery thing. Let's talk
Who
about
has
that.
all the wealth of all the facts of everything ever.
Right.
in
I mean, it
history
did
of
work
ever.
out. It did work
Yeah.
out.
So,
Yeah.
I mean, if it was going to be anybody,
Yeah. I dare not say it from this spot. I did tell people not to be.
to be fair, you didn't tell me no cussing.
That
That's
is
true.
true.
That's true.
But I also trusted that you wouldn't.
We're not on
I'm
any
an
like
ER
publicly.
nurse, Brian. I
broadcasted.
got a bad mouth.
I know.
How do you? Oh yeah, you do. Anyway,
We're not. We're
We've
not
been
on
friends for years.
I
It's like,
know.
like, oh, okay.
just try to be a nice girl.
It's okay. Sometimes you just need to let a out. You know, it's just like,
I'm literally gonna buy the delay thing so that bleep people.
Just so. It's just gonna be like a string of.
I'm just gonna make it drop out.
Mhm.
Like, wow, as long as you guys understood that.
reading any good books lately?
Nursing, like nurse practitioner books.
Oh.
I'm in nurse practitioner school, so
Understood. Bill?
No,
Okay.
haven't had a chance to read lately. I've been too inundated with stuff.
Ooh, like when we played Command and Conquer.
That dude, you don't realize how old you are until you stay up super late doing something you used to do when you were a teenager,
Mm-hmm.
and you're like, my God, I can't do that anymore.
So,
That's right.
Oh wait, I listened to books.
yes, that's fine too.
I didn't read. I Love Me More is a book that I just listened to.
Ooh, who's that by?
I don't know.
Okay.
I was just listening to it. It was my free credit on Audible.
There you go.
Those Audible credits.
Yes. I don't know how to get more though. I tried to like look, but
So, by Jenna Banks.
yeah.
How to Find Happiness and Success Through Self-Love. Love it. Love it. Love it.
Look at me just reading self-help books.
I do that a lot. So, because I'm in business as well, it's very much the speed of the team is the speed of the coach, speed of the leader. My people don't move as fast as I do, but they also will move slower than I am. So if I'm not moving, they ain't moving.
Right.
So it's constantly with Maxwell or Tom Hopkins. He does a lot of sales stuff. So I read a lot of things in that vein. And recently I got to, I just read Ashley Flowers. I'm a big Crime Junkie fan as well. And that's her podcast, Crime Junkie. I'm Ashley Flowers and I'm Britt. And that's
Mhm.
like how they start
Yeah,
every
I
episode.
listened to that podcast.
Yeah. So she just released a book. God, it was maybe a couple years ago. It was called All Good People Here. And it hit me differently because it's about this young lady, Margot, who grew up in a small town in Indiana. She goes back to that town in Indiana to take care of her uncle, Uncle Luke.
I haven't read it, so don't spoil it.
Uncle Luke is 50 years old and he has early onset dementia. This was a little tough for me to get through
Mhm.
because of what I'm
Yeah.
going through with my
Yeah.
dad. So there were times when I'm listening to it and I'm just like, okay, I need to listen to music.
Yeah.
Because this is a little too real for me.
Mm.
Like at one point he just like wandered, like she went out and he went somewhere and nobody knew where he was. And somebody found him and ended up like, oh, hey, I found your number on him. So he's here somewhere, like he's here. And, you know, you got to go get him. And that just was too reminiscent of, I went for a walk. And when I came back, my dad was jumping on a bus to go somewhere. And I was like, whoa. And then the phone call, hey, he's at this health center. Does he have any doctors there? No.
Hmm.
And he has no idea why he's there either, except, you know, the name of the union that he used to work with was on the wall. So I guess the familiarity was like, oh, okay, cool. Great. I'll just go there. Yeah. But he didn't have any doctors. He did like, there was nothing. There was no reason for him to be there.
It's probably top 3, one of the worst degenerative diseases ever. And I hate that. I hate like seeing people like slowly progress into that.
Mm-hmm. And talking with him on the phone, I find that it gets a little difficult because the words that he's saying don't match up with my linguistic brain, but he's
like convicted about it. Like he's
really excited or he's really sad or whatever. Like he's there.
Yeah.
So I just match the energy and then just kind of move forward from there. Yeah. You know, what he said, I don't know.
I'm sorry.
Yeah,
like,
but thanks. I'm looking into some treatments for him. One of the big reasons that I need to be Big Money Brian, so I can go help my parents get their lives back and have a better quality of life afterwards. So, but yeah, so she goes back to take care of this uncle who was like a second father to her because her father is an alcoholic. We actually never see her father in this book. And Margot, as she's taking care of him, she's out to get dinner, and she finds out that a 25-year-old murder of a girl named January who used to live right across the street from her. There's another girl who's been abducted, and she's like, wait, this sounds a lot like what happened to January. Oh no, this isn't good. So what do we do? So she's also a reporter. So she's trying to track down leads and get this whole thing squared up. And all this is happening with her life, and she gets fired from her job, and it's a whole lot of things. So it's a really good and a fun book. I just finished that. Thank you, Ashley Flowers. But right now I am reading Colton Gentry's Third Act.
Never heard of it.
Part of a book club. Hi, Katie. Thank you. So I met Katie Wheaton. She used to come to the shop that I managed, and we worked on her car, and it turns out she's a massage therapist. So when my mom was in town, I set her up with Katie, and she did massages for my mom. I was going to send my dad, but I don't know how that would have worked out, because he'd have been like, what are you doing? Why are you touching me? Like,
yeah, this is great. And then, wait, where am I?
Who are you? Like, whew, okay. But yeah, she was my massage therapist for a while. Still is, if I go need one or whatever, if I'm referring people to her. She's out in, I believe, Webster Groves now, but she started this book club, and I was like, yeah, sure, I'll take part. And it's Colton Gentry's Third Act. And in the first chapter, he's a country star, and he's very anti-gun, which is, I guess, kind of rare for a country star.
It is really rare.
Yeah.
But it has everything to do with the fact that his best friend and best man at his wedding, Dwayne, was gunned down during a big event like the month before. So he gets on stage and he's loaded.
Like Hacksaw Ridge. Remember?
Never saw that movie.
Gasp. He goes into the military and he's like infantry, but he will not pick up a gun.
Oh.
And he winds up like saving all these people, even like the enemy.
That was the one with the second Andrew Garfield.
Yeah,
second Spider-Man.
Do you know him?
Yes.
No? You do?
No. I don't. We've been in the same city before.
Oh, Because you looked it up, probably. And
No,
were like, I
because
gotta go
he's in New
there.
York and I lived in New York and Amazing Spider-Man was premiering in New York. It usually premieres in LA and then it just releases. They don't do big premieres like that in New
I
York.
love how you just like do sidebars, like actually blah 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 blah. But it usually does this and this. But back to the subject.
Yeah. I will say I am much more clear. I haven't eaten in 6 days now. I'm on a fast, which is great. Lots of water, lots of like, I don't know. I just feel clear. I don't get lost in the sauce in my brain fog as often as I used to, which is really good.
Mhm.
So I'm able to bring things back and recognize that it is now what, 8:22, 23, 24, 25,
24.
24. We should probably wrap up.
Okay.
Thank you, Ashley,
Thank
for coming.
you for having me.
I'll
This
see
was
you
so
next
fun.
week,
Yeah,
right?
this
You
was
said
so
you were
fun.
boring. I told you it wasn't boring.
But like, if you ask me about myself, I feel like I'm boring. But
You're
I
a
like
rock
the
star.
banter.
You are a rock star.
Aw.
Seriously.
Thank you.
Be the hero of your own story. And
I'm
you are.
trying.
You
I'm
are.
trying.
Right?
Yeah. It's been a long time to.
It's been a long road.
Shut up. Worst
getting
theme
from
ever.
there to
Stop.
here.
I'm going to stab you in the throat
That was
with a
Star
soldering
Trek.
iron. Bring that to the ER.
bro.
I'm going to leave it in there too.
My name
Well-
is Kane.
Lucky for you, ER nurse. So
Probably not the worst she's seen.
yeah, nope.
Oh, he's got a soldering iron in his throat. Make him wait outside. It's fine.
It'll hold it together. It's
Bleeding's
fine.
controlled. You're fine.
You're good.
All
Fine.
bleeding stops eventually.
Fine.
So
Yeah, sometimes in the worst way.
you bleeding? Yeah.
I do want to say though, before I end the show, happy birthday to Alex Risent. I don't know, you're in my friend group. I'll text you later, Alex. But happy birthday. And Big Mike the Bad Guy. Happy birthday to you too. I'm sure there's several other birthdays that I've missed. I know there were many that I missed in the last couple of
Happy
weeks.
birthday, everybody.
Happy birthday, all you lovely people. Yeah, come see us Friday for anime trivia. Understand, I'm gonna give you them right now. It's heroes, it's villains, it's theme songs. Okay. There's a lightning round, and then there's supporting characters. Like that's your list. Okay, that's all you're getting from me. In addition to that, we do have Dungeons and Dragons on Saturday, the 12th.
Yeah, I don't know what date.
It's something like that. Yeah, it's
Saturday.
Saturday.
You
This
gotta
coming
kick-
Saturday.
Yeah, everybody's
Just
got a
watching
calendar on their
Bill's,
phone.
like-
Like, come on.
Facial expressions.
Yeah.
They're killing me.
I kid you not. I am the goober, and he is the straight man in
I
the
just
entire thing. It's
love
like,
it. I love it. He's got like these little micro expressions that they're.
I can't
cracking me
hide
up.
them.
I
And it gets
know.
worse. Like I used to be super respectful and I'd hide everything. Now I'm just like,
It's in your eyes.
yo, for real. It's great though. My mom, as I was FaceTiming her earlier today, she was like, "Are you okay? I know you guys got 8 inches out there." And I was like, "Mom, 8 inches is a lot, isn't it?" And she was like, "I mean, it depends on what part of the country you're in."
No.
she didn't
She didn't grasp it.
oh.
No, which was great. So then I
If
made
she's
her grasp
watching
it.
right now.
She is. I made her
Aw.
grasp it. And when I told my sister this, she goes, "You're an ass. Like, why? Why did you do that to our mother?" And I
You're
was
the
like,
only boy.
"No, I have an
So
older
she
brother,
expects it. It's fine.
but he's a dick.
You don't say that.
I can because he's my brother. And if he needed a lung, I'd give him one.
Not yours, but one, right? You'd find one.
No, I'm probably the most compatible.
I don't feel like that's a surgery they do.
What, siblings?
One lung, no.
Yeah.
From you to somebody else?
Yeah,
Mm,
totally. If he needed a kidney,
But what if your like other lung craps out? Then you're like, hey.
They usually take lungs from donors.
Yeah.
People
I
who
could
have
donate.
died.
The kidneys
No.
are different. Lungs, I feel like.
if he needed a kidney, if he needed blood.
The problem is like in any kind of lung disease you get further on, you're done
Mhm.
with one lung. It's
Yeah.
like you've got that one as a backup. Like it's
Yeah.
cool that you have both lungs, but yeah, no.
I want to try something really wild.
Oh God, what? How? Wait. We just went from talking about taking out a lung. What do you want to
From
try?
dead bodies.
No.
Yeah.
Or from living people. What is wrong with you?
I don't
What
know.
letter of the alphabet do you want to start with?
Okay, what do you want to try?
What you when you're
But I
right.
will say this as a closing.
Yeah,
Okay.
you said you want to try something.
What
You
a
I do wanna
great
try
way to
this.
close
What?
it out.
So in the event that I did need like a lung or a kidney or something like that, I
Mhm.
want to go bovine or pork. pig.
No.
Because
Pig is more compatible.
yes, the DNAs are most compatible.
Uh-huh.
And I'm hoping for the day in our lifetimes where, oh, hey, you need a heart transplant? Okay, cool. We'll just get this one from a pig. The rest will be bacon and ham and pork steaks.
So you just like send it to the butcher and just have them cut it out and here you
Yeah,
go.
it's like here. But what they do is, and what they're getting to, and I read this in Tony Robbins' book, Life Force, they scrub the DNA and all the stuff out of it, make it compatible with your DNA. So they genetically recode it to you, and then they can put it in your chest. And that way there's no rejection, and you don't have to take anti-rejection meds.
Wow.
That would be really cool.
It would be.
Well, and with the improvement of quantum computing, there's going to be a lot of crazy stuff happen.
Oh yeah, they're like doing 3D printing for like
Have you heard
vessels
about?
and stuff. Oh yeah.
Oh, okay, cool. Because I heard
like
about
research projects and stuff.
3D printing for like you need a hip replacement because now it's like small, medium, large.
Yep.
It's kind of a one size, but they can 3D print something specifically. Like they take the dimensions of what your hip is, 3D print it, and then we can talk about that next week. Anyway, Ashley, you're so awesome. Bill,
you're awesome.
You're awesome. Listen, you guys, it's been a wonderful week. New year, new you. Definitely, it's about the discipline. It's about the continuous, like we're moving forward. Whether you feel like it or not, this is what you've committed to. Go for it, because life is not a dress rehearsal. And
we do hard things.
We do. Yeah. I am Brian with a Y, your favorite guy. This is Studio B, 1406 Niedring House, Broadway Board Gamery, the Garden Gate Tea Room, and the Downtown Diner out here in Granite City. The Speakeasy is a couple doors down, blocks down. You're awesome, amazing, and fantastic. Don't let anybody make you feel different. See you next week with Nick Drago. Bye.